Whether you're thinking about buying a home or selling a home,
Trish Sales ATL can help.
with the current Atlanta real estate market, buyer and seller opportunities are better than ever.
Thank y'all so much, but I'll take it from here. Sellers, this is your market. It's time for you to get off of that fence and put your home on the market and get it sold to my buyers who are waiting for you to list your home. I'd love to earn your business, so please give Trish a call at Keller Williams Realty Buckhead, 404-604-3800, or text or call 404-819-4495. Please also visit my website at TrishsSalesATL.com. Let's talk about how I can assist you with achieving your real estate goals and making your dreams a reality.
List your house with our mommy at TrishsSalesATL.com.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in to your weekly Real Estate Chronicles with Trish Sales ATL. I want you to go get your neighbor, your coworker, your church member, your sister, your brother, your family member. I want you to tag, like, and share this live. Tag, like, and share so they can get this good old real estate knowledge for this week. You guys are coming on weekly every Wednesday between the hours of 12 and 1 so that I can give you all the juice and the tea when it comes to the real estate market. So I need you to tag somebody. I need you to like this live. I need you to share it, please. And thank you. Welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. For those of you who listen in weekly, who you guys, y'all share, y'all give people my name, they have questions, you all send me referrals. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you even coming on the live every week. Thank you so much. So you got a few tasks before we get started. And the first thing is to make sure that you like our Facebook page. Our Facebook page is Trish Sales Atlanta. So if you just hit the like button, you'll actually get the updates and the alerts for when I do pop online. I also would like for you guys to follow us on Instagram, IG. My handles are all the same. They're at Trish Sales ATL. Follow us also on Twitter. We are on Twitter at Trish Sales ATL. And we have a YouTube channel. So follow us on our YouTube channel. If you go to YouTube and you just put in Trish Sales Atlanta, our channel comes up and you have an opportunity to kind of revisit these videos. We also have a podcast, you guys. All you have to do is say, Alexa, please play, what did I call it? I forgot just that fast. But if you go on there and say, I think it's Trish Sales ATL because I try to make everything match. But if you go on there and say, Alexa, play Weekly Real Estate Chronicles with Trish Sales ATL, it will play it. So we have a podcast. We're on Pandora. We're on iHeartRadio. We are on almost every music platform. We are on Apple Podcasts as well. So if you can't necessarily watch the video because you are at work, you can also tune into our podcast on Apple, and you just put in the Southern Belle of the ATL. I think that's what it is for Alexa and them. So Alexa, play the Southern Belle of the ATL, and Alexa will play it. I have Apple Podcasts, so if you can't necessarily look at the video, you can always listen to the audio. So if someone could please write a comment in the chat to let me know that you can hear me, I would be most appreciative. If someone could write something in the chat to let me know that you can hear me, I would be most appreciative. Thank you so much. So now that we have our housekeeping done, let's get into it. So every week, I bring you guys the news for the week because real estate is one of those markets that are ever changing, right? We always got some stuff going on. And so let's start off with our market stats first. Hey, Brianna, thank you so much for letting me know. Thank you. That is my credit specialist. She will be doing a live with us so that she can give you all the juice and the tea. Hey, Rotasha, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you. So I'm glad y'all can hear me when I have any audio issues. But let's get into the market, you guys. Okay, so how is the market? So you guys know that we do these stats every week. Every week we pull these stats. I pull them every Monday from the Georgia MLS system. So this week, Georgia got 181 new listings. We got 272 new contracts. And we had 118 closings, which was much more than we had last week. And you know, we always compare. So I'm going to pull the stats from last week, July 5th. Oh, let me get them over here. Y'all, I got 3 screens going, so forgive me. I was a little slow at getting it over. But these are the stats from last week. And I always like to compare numbers because people want to know the juice, the honey, the sugar, the iced tea. This is what it is right here. So last week we had 124. So this week we had a lot more. We had 175 new contracts last week. We had many, many more this week. And so as far as closings, we only had 59 last week. But this week we had 118 closings. And so I have been seeing, you know, just some stuff kind of falling through. You know, it's just been one of those markets that is a little unpredictable. Everybody is moving as quickly as they can. I received an email not too long ago when they were talking about the appraisals. So when a house gets appraised, once the appraiser finishes, he has 7 days to complete a report. But with the housing market going the way that it is, you know, the appraisers are being stretched thin. So they're trying to get to every property. They're trying to get there. But what happens is that delays closing when the appraisal doesn't come in on time. And we kind of project when we do, you know, if we're going to close in 30 days, we're projecting 14 of those days for the appraisal for them to get out there. And then the 7 days for them to produce the report. So that could be why, too, we saw a significant difference with the closings from last week versus this week. And so I am seeing just in the market as I continue to just do my research and pay attention, I'm seeing prices stabilize. In the 200, upper 200s, that's where I'm seeing 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. They've gone beyond the 250 and they're kind of dependent on the area. But most of them that I see, they are, you know, well above the 250 price range, but I'm not seeing them really climb higher and higher. What I will say is that with the moratorium ending, what I did see this month was a lot of landlords giving out those 60-day notices to vacate. A lot of landlords, 60-day notice to vacate. So what that means is now their property will be available to possibly sell. They may even try to rent it out again, but landlords who had a mortgage on their homes, they could not evict the tenant. Due to COVID and the backlog in the court, you know, it was just a lot of things going on with that. But with the moratorium being lifted, they were able to give their 60-day notices to vacate. So with that being said, I do believe that we will have some additional inventory coming on the market very soon. I'm thinking fourth quarter, first quarter, we will have additional inventory. So if you are a buyer, please, please, please do not, you know, fret, do not lose hope. Don't think that, oh, I'm not going to be able to find anything. No, it just takes patience. When your grandmama said patience is a virtue, it's definitely one in this real estate market. So just wanted to make you aware of what was going on as far as the listings. You know, I do believe that there will be an influx and an increase with listings, with closing. The time is being extended. The appraisers are being stretched thin because you got to think about it. With 272 new contracts, that's an appraisal is probably needed for at least 200 of those, unless they're about cash. And sometimes the cash investors, they don't necessarily care about getting an appraisal done, right? So I'll even give it 200. So that's 200 people trying to get an appraisal from this. And this week is what? Today's the 14th, I think. Yeah, today's the 14th. So they want to close by August 14th. So they have to get 200 appraisals at least out, you know, so that they can close. So they're being stretched really thin. Those type of things is what's extending the closing. So that's what, you know, I'm seeing in the real estate market. If y'all have any questions, please drop them in the comments. But, I just try to give you all the real and what's actually going on in the market. I know y'all hear stuff. Even sometimes when I hear stuff, I'm just like, well, how do they know that and they're not here in this real estate market? But I'm coming to you guys as your market, your area expert with being in the market, actively writing contracts daily. I just wanted to make sure that you guys had the correct and appropriate information. And I do these every week. So as you can see, last week, I have the market update. It is on our YouTube channel. It has been uploaded to our podcast. So if you want to check it out, like I said, the podcast, if you say, Alexa, play the Southern Belle of the ATL, then the podcast comes up. We're on Pandora, iHeartRadio. I think it's TuneIn. I was going to say iTunes. TuneIn. We're on Apple Podcasts. So all of those streaming platforms. If you cannot watch the video portion, you can at least listen to the audio version. If you're at work and you can have your headphones in. So that is the market update from last week. I will upload this one for this week. We actually stream live to YouTube. So me talking right now, we're actually on YouTube. So it automatically streams and all of that stuff. So we are good to go. So our weekly mortgage update, we have been featuring Movement Mortgage. That's one of our lending partners. The phenomenal Moselle Brick is the mortgage loan originator. She typically works with my VA clients, but she can originate a FHA loan, conventional loan, and the VA loans. I'm certain maybe USDA. I have to ask her, but she is phenomenal to work with. Been working with her for a while. We actually have done first-time home buyer seminars together as well. And so let me also put this in the chat so that you guys can kind of follow along. I'm gonna put the link to the newsletter that I am going down right now. I'm going to put that in the chat so that you guys have it. And if you want to be added to our mailing list, just email us at info@trishsalesatl.com. Email us at info@trishsalesatl.com. Instagram, I know you can't actually see the presentation. You just see me talking. But thank you so much for tuning in to this live on today. So that is our mortgage update. When will the housing market cool down? We don't know when it will cool down. So, we don't shake, we shift. We see that, the market is sort of stabilizing. So we had to kind of pivot to even get to where we are now. Think of some new strategies, think of some new things to do, and to assist our clients. And so that's what we are doing. That is what we are doing. And so I had a little weekday funny for you guys, little hump day, ha. Here's all the houses you can look at without a pre-approval or proof of funds. Do y'all see how many houses y'all can look at? That was hilarious to me, and here's why. Sorry, I'm just having my coffee. You can drive by a home to look at it. However, when you are in a position as a realtor, we have to have some information to make sure. I know, Brianna, it was hilarious when I saw it. We have to be able to know, one, that you can qualify for this home. We're not being funny when we say, or, we're not, I'm not going to say funny. We're not being funky when we're just like, have you spoken with the lender? Have you gotten pre-approved? Because we need that information. Why are we going to show you a $300,000 house and you only qualify for a $200,000 house? I had to explain it to a buyer this week, and she, she's an older lady. And I was like, hey, we can't, your pre-approval is not for this amount. We can't look at this house. And she was like, well, we can offer lower. I'm like, no, ma'am, not in this market. We cannot offer low nothing. So I mean, listen, buyers, we are not being funky. We are making sure that you are prepared, you are ready, you are available so that if there is a home that is within your price range, that we can assist you and represent you in your real estate transaction, that you can get it. But when you want to look at something and then you don't want to do the proper steps to get pre-qualified, that sends the signal to us. No different than when you go on a job and they say that you have to have a degree. That sends a signal to us that you don't want to get your degree so that you can go look at this house. You know, there's certain qualifying factors that we need. And we're not saying that because we just don't want to show. No, and time is money, y'all. We may have buyers out here who they have gone through the process to do what they need to do. And then we're out there showing them. And then you just want to go look and see. That's called a looky-loo. And we can't, especially in these markets, these houses, I promise you, I sent this lady a text yesterday. I said, hey, check your email like right now. That was in the morning. She didn't check her email till that evening. That house was gone, pending, under contract. So we don't have time to just be looking. I'm sorry. We don't have time. So we have to make sure you have the proper documents. We have to make sure that you have the proper things in place so that when we go out there and we're looking for your home, that we got all the information that we need. So in the future, here are all the homes that you can look at without a pre-approval or a proof of funds, y'all. And that's on period. Moving on. Y'all, I celebrated 13 years of real estate on last Friday. I can hardly believe that I have been in this business for 13 years, y'all. I feel like real estate raised me. I'm not 40 yet. So I started in the real estate business very, very young. And I really, really, really feel like it raised me. Just learning the business, learning just the strategies and the different parts of the business. Because when people say real estate, first of all, it's commercial real estate, residential real estate, leasing, landlord-tenant relationship, and that's residential and commercial. And then you have land, and then you have what is it? Like corporations. I can't think of the proper name for it right now, but it's not just residential, it's commercial too. So with that being said, y'all, it's like, woo, 13 years. And when I tell you, I am so blessed, I am so thankful to have been able to build a career out of this. Y'all just don't even know. I'm just so grateful to have been able to build a career. Thank you so much, Brianna. Because when I tell y'all, being in the trenches, when I got my license, it was in 2008. Y'all know that market collapsed. And people was looking at me like, you got your what? Ha ha. And I was, like I said, young. I'm not even 40. And I had just had the opportunity, the pleasure, the honor to be able to serve my community in the state of Georgia for 13 years. It's the longest thing I have ever done besides being a mother. My son is 18. This is 13 years. So it is the longest thing I have ever done besides being a mom. And I'm thankful. I'm thankful for my clients who have trusted me over the years. I'm thankful for the people who encourage me, who send me business, send me referrals, my referral partners who are in all 50 states because we are KW worldwide. I'm just thankful to have just been here and in this place for 13 years. And my next 13, I project are going to be even greater. There are some things that are in the works for Trish Sales Atlanta. So y'all hang on to your hair, your wig, and your hats because we will be just making a bigger and greater impact. So I'm just so grateful. You know, year 13, I've had the opportunity to hire two amazing buyers agents who have been manning the buyers, who have been feet on the ground, who have been really, really, really just doing their thing. They've been out here showing. They've been out here just being very, very, very hands-on with the buyers, getting them in and out. We have a nice flow going on. as we transition to building a team. Yes, we are building a team, y'all. I'm not Superwoman, and I refuse to have Superwoman syndrome. So with that being said, I was just like, how can you make an impact on society? And one thing that you can do is to train other leaders. So one of my goals is to train other real estate leaders to dominate this market. So we're not scared of the Zillows and the iBuyers and all of that. We're not afraid, because the one thing that I know about people is that they value that one-on-one relationship, especially with such an enormous transaction. Depending on how much the real estate, asset that you have, it's still a very large transaction. And even the iBuyers, they have to hire a representative to even represent them. So we don't shake, we shift, and then we start planting and we create other leaders so that they can dominate the market. So y'all stay tuned. I'm just so thankful and grateful to be able. This is my bread and butter. So I'm not a part-time agent. This is how I eat. This is how I feed my family. Point blank, period. And I'm just grateful to have been given, 13 years in this business. I've seen it down. I came in on a downswing of the market where the foreclosures were happening and all of that. So I learned the REO business coming in. And so as this market shifts, what I am seeing that was different from that market is that the appraisers, they're not over appraising the properties like they used to. That's how we kind of got into that, the whole foreclosure thing. The appraisals were really, really high. And then the appraisers were appraising them really, really high. And so then when the market collapsed, the value, everybody was upside down. Now I can say that the appraisers, they're appraising the homes for what they are. And what a lot of buyers are doing now, they're paying an appraisal gap. So that money in between the appraisal and what they offer, some buyers are paying that, y'all. So that's the difference that I see. And that's probably why the market is stabilizing with the numbers and all of that. But that's the market that I came in on. So this right here is challenging, but it's not, tough, but we're just getting through it. Thank you so much, Rotasha. I'm just blessed to have been in this thing for 13 years, and I'm ever so grateful just for being able to be that vessel for people, around Atlanta. I try to keep in touch with my clients. They're like my family. And we keep in touch, and they still send me referrals, and I'm just grateful. I am grateful. I'm not even 40, and I'm just like, whew, mind blown, that I've just had the opportunity to work with people from all walks of life with this thing called real estate. So moving on, that's my little blurb. I'm just still in awe, y'all. Congratulations to my sellers. These homes hit the market last week, y'all. This was my investor clients, right? They hit the market and they were under contract. I really, kind of stretched out the time just to see how many offers we would get. And that's another indication too, because we were hearing that people were getting like 100 offers, 50 offers. We didn't receive a ton of offers, but the offers that we received, they were over list price. So my sellers made their move, and both of them were investors under contract. These homes are in Southwest Atlanta. They have had tenants in it for like 15 years, y'all. And we did a CMA. I kid you not. This is, what month is this? July. I'm sorry, y'all know I keep brain dead. But we did a CMA, a comparative market analysis, evaluation. We did one in like January. And it was only for like $200,000. It jumped from $200,000 to $230,000, which is what we listed it for. $230,000 within 7 months. That's how hot this market is. That's how quickly the value. And when I say I'm getting valuations, this is what's coming from my lender partner. So when the appraisers look at property, this is how much they're valuing these properties, y'all. So it went from $200,000 to $230,000. They was like, oh, Trish, we got to get it on the market. And the funny part is it went for over the list price. So cash buyers, so sellers, do you hear me? Sellers, get your homes on the market so you can get top dollar. Get your homes on the market. They're not going to last long. We do have a bunch of investor corporations, hedge funds. They are putting up the money to purchase these homes cash. So I know for buyers, that's frustrating, right? I have something for you guys too, because I don't forget about my buyers. I have something for you guys too. But this right here, and they did a quick close. So this was a win-win for my sellers. When I represent buyers, I have to represent y'all a little different. But when I'm representing the seller, I'm on that side where we're doing highest, and I didn't even really have to do highest and best offer. They were sending their highest and best offer when they were sending their offers in. I was like, okay, so these great properties, one tenant has already found her somewhere to go, so we're waiting on the other one, but just a really seamless transaction. So sellers, if you've been thinking about putting your home on the market, if you've been on the fence, I need you to send me, as a matter of fact, I need you to send me a text message. I'm going to put my cell phone number up here. This is my direct cell phone number. You can call or text 404-819-4495, 404-819-4495. I had these homes on here last week, on last week's live, and they're under contract, and it was under, a week. So if you have any questions, you've been thinking about it, you want to get a valuation, it's free. Just call or text me 404-819-4495. I am happy to help. So that was my next blurb, which I just said, you get a free seller consultation and valuation. We talk about the strategy. We talk about, it's about a 30-minute conversation. We talk about where your home is. We look at the condition. How did I come up with this number? I normally have a range. And so where you list your home in that range depends on the condition of your property. If it's in great condition, you can list it for top dollar. If you're just like, well, hey, Trish, it's some things that need to be done and I don't really want to do them right now, then guess what? We can list it for a little bit lower and you'll probably get an average or midpoint of what you would normally get even without doing the work. So just wanted to throw that blurb out there for you. Buyers, I haven't forgotten about you because I know you're probably like, what? Trish, you're talking about getting top dollar? When I'm a seller's agent, I'm a seller's agent. When I'm a buyer's agent, I'm a buyer's agent. I'm grateful that I can modulate between the two. But buyers, I know going up against investors and hedge funds and all that stuff, it's tough. It's rough. Like I understand. I'm the one that's writing your offers, right? So with that being said, I have a few resources to help you guys. One of them is Ribbon. Ribbon is only for clients who have a pre-approval letter. They only work with clients who are already pre-approved. They speak with your lender to make sure you're in good standing so that they can make a determination on if they and how much they're going to back that lender. And it's usually the same amount as your pre-approval letter. So the difference with this one is when you use Ribbon, you're going in as a cash offer, just like those investors, just like those hedge funds. You're going in as a cash offer. They have a quick close. They close in 14 days. So all of those things are attractive to sellers. They want top dollar and they want to close quick. So that's how Ribbon and this resource sets buyers' offers apart from other buyers. And so when you close now, I will say this, and this is some information that is hot off the press from my lenders. I actually had a client that closed with Divvy, and that's the other program. But with Divvy, you don't have to have a pre-approval. Only with Ribbon, you have to have a pre-approval, but with Divvy, you do not. What's hot off the press is when you purchase the house, like if Divvy purchases the house or Ribbon purchases the house, and let's say you start renting it out, you move in because you're saying, well, I'm going to buy the house in 3 months. I'm going to buy it. No, you can only buy that house if you have a FHA loan. Hear me and hear me clearly. If you are a FHA, and I want to say VA because those are the two that are usually synonymous. If you use one of these, Ribbon or Divvy or Home Partners of America, to purchase that home and you move in and you have a lease contract, you cannot buy the home back until 6 months. You have to wait 6 months before you buy that home back, if you're FHA, if you enter a lease agreement with Ribbon, Divvy, Home Partners of America, or any other hedge fund, hear me. If you have a FHA, and I'm thinking VA as well, because their qualifications and their rules are synonymous, you cannot purchase that home back from the investor immediately. You will have to wait 6 months. So I wanted to throw that out there because I told you guys that when I get new information, I'm giving it to you guys. I'm shooting straight from the hip. I believe in being transparent and being honest with you guys. So if you're going to lease the house, if your lender can't close it immediately, when you enter into that lease agreement, and you can't do like Ribbon does double closings or simultaneous closings. Let me say that. I'm old school. I told y'all this year 13. So I say double closing. They say simultaneous closing. But when you are doing that simultaneous closing, you're fine. But if you have to enter into a lease agreement before you purchase this home, then if you have a FHA or VA, I did not say conventional. I said FHA and VA. If you are FHA or VA, you will have to wait 6 months because of the tenant-landlord relationship. Because of the tenant-landlord relationship, you will have to wait 6 months before you can purchase that house. So I just wanted to give y'all the sugar, the honey, the iced tea, the juice, all of that good stuff, because I want you guys prepared when we talk about these strategies to assist you with home ownership. So that's my 2 cents on that. And the 3 resources that I have are Ribbon, Divvy, Home Partners of America. Home Partners of America and Divvy, those are lease purchase programs. So you don't necessarily have to be pre-qualified with a mortgage, but you can use them even if you're not pre-qualified. You can use them if you're pre-qualified. Ribbon is the only one that you have to have a pre-approval letter from your bank to be able to use. You're welcome, Rotasha. I had to get that information out to you guys because I meet with my lenders weekly. And so, like I said, I had a buyer who she went through Divvy. They purchased the house and she was ready. She's ready to buy, but she's going to have to wait 6 months before she can purchase that house back because of the tenant-landlord relationship. So I wanted to let you guys know that. I told y'all I'm going to let you know. When you all talk about looking for a community expert and realtor, that's why I'm on the front lines. I'm on the blogs. I'm in the Facebook groups. I'm reading the Atlanta Business Chronicles. I'm reading all the business news related to real estate so that I can give you all professional advice, because that's what it is, on how to navigate your real estate transaction. So that is my desire to be your community expert and realtor. That's why I bring this to you guys every Wednesday. This is something that needed to be done weekly because the market is changing weekly. Kids are getting ready to go back to school. So we have like this summer rush. I don't know if you guys have noticed it, but when the children get out of school, our busiest season is from really before they get out, because parents are already planning and plotting, right? They really start in April. If we're going to keep it 100, they start in April so that when the kids get out of school in May, they're moving into a new house, okay? But from April really to August, that's like summer rush. Everybody, like if you want to be in a different school district or whatever, people are moving all around so that they can get their kids in school when school starts. And, it's about having a fresh start and all of that for the kids. So, I'm definitely an advocate for that. My background is education first. So that's why I give you guys a lot of information too, because I feel like education and knowledge arms you with what you need to make an informed decision about your real estate transaction. That will forever be my motto when it comes to this business. So thank you guys so much. As you know, other realtors or other people who are thinking about, getting into the business, or you may, be a business owner and you're trying to figure out how can I get life, together? Like, how do I do this, Trish? What are your strategies? I think I have one, and I'm actually making curriculums. Y'all know education is my background. But just on these things to not only help people in real estate, but to help business owners. One of the title of one of my consulting and training services is Fix Me Because I'm the Problem, right? So when I say that, that means I run on a schedule. It drives some people batty because they're used to working impulsively. I cannot, will not do that, because when I look at the amount of hours in the day and the things that I accomplish because I have a schedule and I have time blocked out for my tasks, I will forever run on that schedule. Do I know how to be spontaneous? Absolutely. But it's a time and it's a place for that. And it is not in your business, y'all. So this is not only just for real estate folks, but if you have a business and you're just like, man, I'm struggling trying to get me together. Like, I got the work, I got the clients. How can I organize this so that I'm able to get fully into my work and engage and be successful? I help individuals with that too, because it does. One of the books, I don't have it down here with me. One of the books that absolutely changed my life was Atomic Habits. When I just started doing the little things to get me to the habit that I needed to do, oh my goodness, it changed my career. I used to be just like a real estate agent or a realtor. Now I am the owner of a real estate business. And so that set and that shift that happened, it was so clear because I had to get those habits in order. I had to get the strategies. I had to get the processes. Like, I have a totally different process from other realtors, how they do their intake and all of that. I do what works for me and my business. And what I will say is, from start to finish, I don't normally have to worry about people signing their brokerage agreements because of the way, the system, and the process that I develop, and it's tried and true every time. So if you own a business, even if it's not real estate, and you're just like, hey, something is going on where, I need to get this figured out so that my business can be more productive, I'm happy to assist you. I put the link in the comment section. Instagram, if you hit my link tree in my bio, if you click on your weekly real estate update, this same thing that I'm talking about on Facebook, you have access to it too. But if you click on sign up today for consulting or training, you'll see what's offered. I have in between 30-minute and 1 hour sessions to assist other, not only real estate professionals, but business owners, business leaders, because we do have to lean on each other. And I don't mind giving my strategy. Does it cost? It absolutely does. Time is money. And this is an investment in your business. Whenever I go and I take a course, whenever I go and I have to pay for mega camp, whenever I go and I have to pay for a course, that's me investing in my business. So you don't get everything for free. I come on here every Wednesday and give free game, right? But if I'm going to sit down and talk to you about the nuts and bolts of your business and the strategies to help you get better, consider that an investment. And I'm not trying to take all of your money, but you do have to pay for that time. You got to have some skin in the game. So that way this information is beneficial to you. So I just wanted to throw that in. After 13 years, it's time for me to start sharing and helping others, because I'm kind of on the other side, y'all. And so I want to see other people be great. I want them to be just as passionate about the real estate business as I am. So that is why I have consulting and training services. And like I said, you can click the link. If you know somebody, sharing is caring. Give them this information. Say, hey, I know you've been, saying you've been having a rough time in your business. Trish offers consulting and training services. Have them go hit the link. They can call or text me as well. I put my number back up on the screen, 404-819-4495. We can talk about it. I want to see you better. I want to see everybody be great. So just wanted to throw that out there. And this is just a promo of when we first get on live. That's what you hear. I'm working on some new promo. I typically do updates to marketing and stuff once a year. So it's about that time. And I'm glad that we are in a state where we're being careful, even though COVID is still out there. We're still being careful because I want to do some team pictures and all that stuff. So y'all just be on the lookout. And at the end, it's just my hours of operation. We are usually open from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Fridays, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturdays, and on Sundays, 2 to 4. We schedule showings by appointment only. We schedule showings by appointment only, you guys, and you must have a signed buyer brokerage agreement on file. That covers us and that covers you, and we want everybody to be covered. Amen. So there are no showings on Mondays. On Mondays, coming off of the weekend, that is usually the day that I am in the office negotiating your offer. I'm going back and forth. I'm meeting with my lenders. So Monday is just that day where we are in the office and we're available for telephone calls and all of that, but we are not available to show homes on Mondays. We answer calls from 9 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. at night. So even though we may not physically be in the office, we are available to receive telephone calls up until 9:30, text messages Monday through Thursday. So calls received after that time frame will be returned in the order in which they were received within 24 hours during our business hours. And last but not least, every Thursday, I am out of the office. That is my day to recharge, to refresh, and y'all, just being completely transparent, for probably the last 3 Thursdays, I've been out of the office, but I have been at funerals. So with that being said, and yes, I said funerals, I had 2 family members to pass back to back. One of my very close and dear real estate friends, she passed, and we went to real estate school together. And so that's another reason why I value time, because time waits for no one. We never know when we're going to take our last breath. So we have to make sure that we are utilizing our time, that we are being careful with other people's time, and we're not wasting their time. So I just wanted to put that out there, that when we say that we're running by appointments and all of that, this is a business first. So when you go to your doctor's office, don't you have to make an appointment? Huh? If you go see the massage therapist, you got to make an appointment. This is still a business. I would not have been here for 13 years if I did not shift and start operating my real estate like a business. So we're not saying that because we think we have polluted, all these colorful things that people try to say when you give boundaries when it comes to, hey, this is how we're doing this to make sure that we have a fluid transaction. On the weekends, the closing attorneys are at home. They are at home. The banks are not operating unless you're going to get a cashier's check. So it's a lot that we can't even do on the weekends. That's why Monday is like, hold your hair, hold your head, hold your wig. We are in the office because we're talking closing attorney. We're talking to our lenders because they're closed on the weekends. So I just wanted to throw that out there because I understand that some people may not know how the real estate business works. But although Trish and her team, we show homes and stuff on the weekend, a lot of times we're not even getting a response to whether or not you your offer got accepted until on a Monday or a Tuesday. And so that's our reason for not showing on Mondays. The closing attorney office isn't open on the weekend, so it's some things that we just cannot do. We don't have answers to. I do have some lenders who are very gracious and they answer their phones on the weekend, y'all, but that's just the lender. But, when it comes to making decisions and all of that, that's done usually Monday or Tuesday. So just wanted to throw that out there. I love giving y'all that knowledge so that you understand exactly what goes on in this business. And that is the end. My mailing address is 3650 Habersham Road, Northwest Atlanta, Georgia, 30305. I am out of the Keller Williams Buckhead office, and that is all that I have for today. Does anybody have any questions for me? Drop them in the chat. Thank you so much, Rotasha. Yeah, it was kind of rough. I was just like, man, listen, this is a lot. But that's why, I value my time. If you have any questions on IG, on IG or on Facebook, please just drop them in the comments. I'm more than happy to answer any of them. We got a few minutes left. We got about 15 minutes left. So if anybody have any questions, just drop them in the comments and I am happy to answer them. I'm drinking my coffee all late, y'all. I feel like my father. When I was growing up, I used to be like, it's in the summertime and he drinking coffee. It's 100 degrees outside and he's drinking coffee. Now look at me, y'all. Ridiculous. But I had to just go ahead and get my coffee time in. My girls got this mug for me for Mother's Day. And it's cute. They know my favorite color is purple. So they thought of me and got me this. And it's pretty close to a Yeti because my coffee is still warm. And I think I put this in here at 11 o'clock. So it's still warm. So I'm just waiting to see if anybody on Instagram or Facebook has any questions. Thank you, Rotasha. And if not, we will conclude today's weekly Real Estate Chronicles. Y'all don't forget to tag, like, and share. Like our Facebook page so that way you get the alerts. Tag your friends, someone who needs this information. It can be useful. If you want to be added to our mailing list, please email us at info@trishsalesatl.com. Please email us at info@trishsalesatl.com so that way we can add you to the mailing list. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. You'll also get alerts for our weekly lives. If you don't do Facebook or you may be Facebook fasting, but you still want to see the weekly updates, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We talked about Instagram. We are also on Twitter at TrishsSalesATL. We are also on Twitter. You can always call or text me at 404-819-4495. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in today. I'm always very appreciative of everything that you guys do. Just, referring me, throwing questions out there. Brianna Savage is going to be on here, I think, on the 28th of July. We're going to be talking credit. As always, like a huge live. So she'll be on here on July 28th. She is my credit specialist. So I want you guys, if you've been kind of on the fence because you don't know where you are, even with your credit, please mark your calendars for July 28th so that you can jump on live and hear everything that Brianna has to say. So with that being said, I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope to see you on next week. I hope to see you guys on next week. Have a blessed Wednesday.